Hello everybody, I'm Quentin, and today we're going to talk about the Alpine Butterfly Knot, or sometimes called the Alpine Butterfly Loop, or even just the Butterfly Knot. Now it looks like this, okay? And it's a way of putting a loop into an existing piece of rope or cord here, doing everything on a small scale for the purposes of demonstration. And it's called a butterfly knot because it's sort of symmetrical, and if you have a bit of imagination, the symmetry can sort of look a bit like a butterfly. Anyway, now this is a very useful knot of which until today I must confess, pretty dimly aware. It has the advantage that you can tie something into the middle of a bit of rope. It can be pulled in either direction, it's firm, it won't collapse, and there are various things you can use this for. One is, if you're a climber, you're probably familiar with this anyway, because it's a useful thing to hang a carabiner on in the middle of your rope, for example. It's also very useful if you're doing the trucker's hitch thing, where you have this coming off your load or your roof rack or whatever, and you hook this around the hook on your truck, and you use a loop of some sort to give you a mechanical advantage. You can pull this really tight because you've got a 2-to-1 advantage there. And you can do various types of knot for this loop, but this is a nice one because it's secure, it can be pulled in either direction, and it's easy to get undone as well, even if it's had quite a tight load on it. Right, so why am I telling you all of this? Well, if you look at the knot, it's not very clear how to tie it, and so there are all sorts of different techniques people have to tie what looks like a slightly complicated knot, and in fact can be tied very quickly and easily. I came across one today that I thought was a very nice way of tying it, and it's going to be my normal way of tying it in the future. And it was on a video by a lady named Emily, and she does a great job, and I'm going to link to her video down below. You'll learn, or maybe even up here, you will learn a lot of other knots from her that you may or may not already know, but she does a great job. And so thank you, Emily, I learned this from you. But I just thought I'd do my own video just focusing on this particular knot. So let's see how it works. Okay, let's try and do a first-person view here so you can see what it would look like if you were tying this knot yourself. So you have your bit of rope, and it doesn't matter because it's a symmetrical knot which end goes where, which is the first nice thing. So I'm going to just rest that across my hand, going through the V shape in my thumb. And I'm going to wrap it 3 times around so we have 3 stripes like that. Then if I grab this loop, so I reach underneath the first one, don't worry, I'm going to do this again several times more slowly. I reach under the first one, I grab that, and I just put it over that finger. And the only reason I'm putting over that finger is to grip hold of it, and then I just kind of pull all of this off here. Doesn't that look like a mess? But if you tighten it up, I'm going to do it carefully here. It's actually very tolerant of you not doing it carefully. But what you end up with, I may not have dressed it properly here, is the butterfly loop. And you can sort of see it there. Right, so there's my loop. Okay, let me undo that, and we'll do it again. Okay, so I have it across my hand. I go 1, 2, 3 times around. I reach under and grab that loop, and I put it over my middle finger. That's it. And then you just hold it with that middle finger, pull it off, pull it tight, and there is your knot. Now, I only learned this afternoon, but even as a novice, I find this can be really quite fast. Look, oh, he says now I'm going to slip, but I mean, what's that? That's like just a few seconds, and you have this knot tied. I did it better last time, actually. Let's try it once more. So 1, 2, 3. I'm having to reach around the camera here, which is part of the problem. I can't quite do this as neatly as I would, but there you go. That is a butterfly knot in just a very small number of seconds. And there are lots of other ways of doing this on the web. You can search, you can find them, but this is the one I like. So let's do it slowly again. 3 loops around my hand. Again, doesn't matter which end of the rope is which. reach under and grab the middle one with your finger and put it over your middle finger there. And that's basically it. You just grab hold of it with that middle finger, pull it off your hand, and there is a nice butterfly loop done very quickly. After which you can go and get your carabiner and you can clip it on there. You can use it as part of your trucker's hitch, whatever you might want to do here. And I've even seen people recommend this as a way of, if you've got a bit of rope or even a shoelace or something where where it's frayed and you think it's dodgy, you can take that bit out of commission and still use the good bits of rope while leaving the frayed bit in the loop. So I hope that's useful for someone. I certainly will be making more use of the Alpine Butterfly Loop in my future life.